All right, happy Sabbath, family. I'm Brother Al. For those who don't know, this is my reader, Brother Kevin, coming to you on behalf of the Vineyard of Israel, in the name of the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, with a message on this true Sabbath day, 7th day of the week. All right, we want to thank the Lord first and foremost for giving us that revelation. Thank you for just the opportunity to worship Him in spirit and in truth. All right, thank Him for saving us from great deception. Because the word really is a blessing. All right. So we give God the glory and the honor for all that. All right. With that being said, the title of today's message is Keep Israel from the Commandments. Keep Israel from the Commandments. Keep Israel from the Commandments. Alright, our title is Keep Israel from the Commandments, but it's really nowadays keep everybody from the commandments, right? We got people supposed to be representing God, and they telling people you don't have to keep God's commandments. That's funny, because God is the one who issued these decrees. He's the one who gave this legislation. No man made this up. Right? And this is common. This is like the common theme of the world, to keep Israel from the commandments. The reason why is because God entered into a covenant with the children of Israel. He said, and it's contingent on the keeping of the commandments. In the covenant, you have blessings and you have curses. He said, blessings for keeping the commandments and curses for disobedience. Right? And through Israel's disobedience, or through Israel's fall, that's how the nations are able to come on top. That's how they're able to build their wealth and establish these systems and have Israel in bondage. Because one of the conditions of breaking or being disobedient to the covenant is slavery or bondage. Right? You're going to be on the bottom, the Lord said. Every nation is going to be above you. That's a cursed condition. But as long as Israel is in covenant with their God and they're doing what they're supposed to, blessings. Right? They enjoy, they receive the blessings. The fear of God is on all nations through the nation of Israel. The nation saw this. They couldn't make Israel break the covenant, but what they could do was provide a stumbling block for Israel. A snare, a gin, a trap. They could set up traps for Israel to walk in. And if Israel walk in the traps, then they've broken the covenant. You have separation between them and God. And the curses come upon them. All right, the nations understand this. Israel just don't get it. Because we in a condition where he called hell. He said hell has enlarged herself. And we've been in this condition so long, it just seems normal. We think this is how things are supposed to be. This is just how it is, a way of life. Right? But our life is like it for being disobedient to our God. It's like you're a vagabond in the earth. You don't know where your home is. You definitely don't reside in your home as a nation of people. Right? But the nations knew that. So they did real good. They provided the stumbling block. Matter of fact, they all consented together. Right? They all was in agreement on this. But they saw how God worked within his people. And they number one thing was to create this separation between God and his people. And it's happening. All right, so hopefully we can relay that message through the scriptures as we go on. So let's start out in Exodus 19th chapter. We're just going to see that God chose Israel. Israel didn't choose God. And we're going to see he chose Israel because he loved the fathers, the forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because I don't want Israel to get up on a high horse either. Thinking they something special, but We're gonna see he chose Israel because he loved the Father. Bottom line. Exodus 19, this is when the Lord got Israel out of bondage, freed them from the Egyptian captivity, right? And he brought them into the wilderness. And he was getting ready to establish the covenant between him and the nation. So you can pick me up at verse 1. Exodus 19, verse 1. Hearken to the scripture.
In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt.
So they've been out of Egypt 3 months, free from captivity for 3 months. What happened?
The same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai.
Go ahead and read.
For they were departed from Rephidim,
Mm-hmm.
and were come to the desert of Sinai,
Right.
and had pitched in the wilderness.
All right, so they encamped in the wilderness. Go ahead.
And there Israel camped before the mountain. And
Go ahead.
Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountains, saying, Thou shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel.
Right. He said, this is what I want you to tell the house of Jacob and the children of Israel, one and the same. What you want me to tell them?
Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians.
That's right.
And how I bear you on eagle's wings.
That's right, because the Lord introduced himself to them Egyptians. He said, you saw how I bear you on eagle's wings. All right, what else he say?
And brought you unto myself.
See, look what he said. I brought you unto myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a separation. All right, go ahead.
Now therefore,
Mm-hmm.
if you will obey my voice indeed.
Look, we got an if. We got a stipulation right off the bat. This is what I want you to tell them. You saw what I did to the Egyptians, how I bear you on eagle's wings, how I brought you to myself. He said, now if you will obey my voice indeed,
and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me
Mm-hmm.
above all people. For all the earth is mine.
And that's what we need to remember. All the earth is the Lord. So he got a way that he chooses to bring his will to pass. This just so happened to be the way he chose. Right? He said, all the earth is mine, and I'm going to choose you to be a peculiar treasure. Strange and weird. Above all people of the earth. Go ahead.
And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
This is your job. You're going to be a kingdom of priests.
And a holy nation.
And a holy nation. Israel don't know nothing about this now, do it. But anyway, this is what he chose them to do. Go ahead.
These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
This is what I want you to tell them. Now he started to go in a few days later and establish the covenant, right? He started to speak to them. Let's go over to the 20th chapter, picking up at verse 1. We're just going to read a couple of quick verses. Because he started to run down the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. Right? Go ahead.
And God spake all these words,
Mm-hmm.
saying, I am the Lord thy God,
That's right.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
That's the first thing he wanted them to know. This number one commandment. No other gods except me. We don't even know how this works nowadays. Because deception has floated throughout the earth. Right? The world just think gods and idols in the forms of Greek mythology and things of that nature. But you can have an idol in your mind. Idol can be a person. It could be money. It could be your job. Anything you put before God. That's an idol. Ezekiel called it the stumbling block of your iniquity. Alright? Well, he don't want us to have any other gods. Go ahead.
4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
Mm-hmm.
or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the earth, in the water under the earth.
And now he's going to explain to you why he don't want you to do that. Because he already know you got a reason for wanting to do it. Only reason you would do it is because, give me that next verse,
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
because you're going to bow down to him and serve him and worship him. And it's the works of men's hands. You done made what you thought to be a God. What you thought was a representation of God. It's an idol. You done made an idol out of it. So now you no more serving me. Your stock is in the idol. Your trust is in idols. You know what you're going to do? You're going to go and you're going to pray to the little idol. You're going to bow down before it. You're going to put your little food right up under the idol or in front of the idol. So whatever you do, you're going to pollute yourself. So I want to stop this whole process. Go ahead and read.
Nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
Look at that. This is what? I'm jealous. I'm the one brought you. I gave you life. Right? Nobody did this but me. Why would I let you give my glory to something else or somebody else? Don't make sense. You need to remember I'm jealous. Go ahead.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers.
And this is how jealous I am. I visit the sins that the fathers committed what?
Upon the children.
Well, how many?
Unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate.
Wow, knock your whole family out. I ain't finna play with you. I curse your whole family. You and your ancestors. Keep playing with me. Huh? You think it's a joke? You think I was playing when I came through and I smote Egypt and made darkness and lice and turned the water to blood? You thought I was doing this for fun? Huh? This ain't no joke. I'm showing you what type of power I got. And I'm showing you I'm nothing to play with. I'm jealous. I'd knock down the most powerful nation on earth. And it'd be a small thing to me just to get my name, just to get fame and renown for myself. You don't know what kind of power this guy got. And we play with it every day. Because the whole world, what we read right now, don't you know, the whole world is set up contrary to this? Huh? Every command, these people done took time out. They done created councils, set up meetings and secret meetings. And they got all the resources. Don't you know they done broke this stuff down? Every commandment, how can we make it transgress at every level? It's idolatry everywhere. The whole world is a pagan prison. We got, don't you know they got us worshiping gold and silver? We can't trust in God anymore. They took that from us. They replaced it with your job. You got a family, don't you? You want to take care of them. Well, you're going to work on the fourth commandment. Huh? But we don't forgot, in all of this, we don't forgot the power of God. He'll knock down the nation. He just needs somebody to believe in. Somebody to keep his word. Somebody, what verse? 6. Go ahead.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me.
See, this is who we show his mercy to. But you everybody always talking about, Lord have mercy. But you ain't giving no commandments. Not the first one, not the last one, none in between. And then, that still ain't good enough. Because he don't want you to pick and choose. Because James already done told you, you done broke one, you broke them all. They all carry weight. See, we don't believe in God. We just believe in him with that mouth. But when it comes time, we take his power away. We don't allow him to show his power. We're going to handle it ourselves. Carnal mind. Best way we know how. He couldn't, don't you know when Christ came, he couldn't even do no miracles in his homeland. People didn't believe. He amongst his own people, he can't do no works. But you know how they got there? People took crafty counsel against him. God's chosen. So the whole thing is to get this, to bring the separation in. But keep rolling. Because I can't leave out here never ever without verse 8. But go ahead.
That love me and keep my commandments.
Yeah. So, and this will get the mercy, the ones that love him and keep his commandments. So I just got a question. What's wrong? Why is the pastor saying they nailed to the cross? Right. He said this is how you show you love him. Okay, let's just do a test. No commandments, they nailed to the cross. Do what you want. Just come to church on Sunday. Just come to church on the Sabbath. Ain't no commandments though. How can you show God you love him? Because the murderer can say, I love God too, because he didn't let me get murdered while I was doing my killing. And you say you love God, but you're not a murderer. That's what you believe. But you breaking another commandment. But there ain't no commandments, then there ain't no sin. We know it's still sin. Common sense tell us that it's still sin. Is that right?
Mhm.
I'm glad God linked them like that, though. Because he just make these pastors a lie. There ain't nothing nailed to the cross. Not no commandments.
Mhm.
We got to develop these spiritual eyes. Right? We got to, like you say, wake out of deep sleep. What verse? 7. Come on.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
Yes.
For the Lord will not hold them guiltless that take his name in vain.
That's right. He always tell you, he's not going to acquit the guilty.
Mhm.
And we're going to be considered guilty for transgressing the command. You're guilty. See, I'm not going to acquit the guilty. Go ahead.
Remember
Mm-hmm.
the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Why did it say, remember to not have no other gods before me? Remember not to bow down to any gods. Remember not to take my name in vain. Why didn't he say that? Why is this the first time we run into the word remember? This ain't hard to see. Look at society. It's clear. People don't forgot. This the covenant. And the ones who do know, you know what they say? Y'all know Saturday the Sabbath, but couple things they say. We can worship God on any day. We worship God every day. Oh, you need to cut it out. I already know you lying. You profaning the Sabbath right now. Why you saying that foolish? They say, or they'll say, yeah, you know I'm off on Wednesday, so Wednesday's my Sabbath. Or they done got real slick spiritualize. How you gonna spiritualize a day? They done came through and said, I'm in my Sabbath of rest right now in Christ. And I'm thinking, what does that mean? Can you please break that down? If you ask him to break it down, this man ain't never stumbled or fumbled over a word in his life. But just say, Pastor, can you break that down for me? He gonna start retreating. He gonna start fumbling and tripping over his words. He ain't gonna be able to, because he made it up. What does that mean to you? I'm in my Sabbath to rest right now, but it's Thursday. Huh? It don't mean nothing. But you know what the people do? Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord, Pastor. You sure is right. And you just looking at them like, they done had their brain burnt out. Because this man talking about a physical day and you done spiritualized. This don't make no sense. But anyway, I didn't mean to go on that tangent. What verse we at?
9.
Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy, because he knows it's going to come a day when the whole world is going to forget the Sabbath. They're going to develop what they call their own Sabbath, or the Christian Sabbath, right? They put Christ's name on it like he made it up. Right? But it's the first day of the week. When he clearly tell you what day is the Sabbath, please tell me, verse 10.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So how many 7 days do we have? Just saying, how every day going to be the Sabbath then? But anyway, go ahead.
Continue in 10. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
That's good. Let's go to Deuteronomy 29. I just want to touch on the commandments a bit. We're going to be in Deuteronomy a little bit, if y'all don't mind. Deuteronomy 29. You can pick me up at verse 1. Because you know what? The covenant, the commandments, it's all keeping them, it's all over the book. It's hard to find a page where you ain't talking about them. When you open your eyes. Verse 1, Deuteronomy 29, verse 1. Hearken to the scripture.
These are the words of the covenant.
Look at that. He's going to get real specific. These are the words of the covenant
which the Lord commanded Moses.
So God gave these to Moses. Go ahead.
To make with the children of Israel
Mm-hmm.
in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
So you know what this telling you? It's not just the 10 you got to do. It's all of the laws and statutes and judgments. How do we know that? Because remember when we was reading the commandments, do you remember where he said it, they were? What mountain was they in? Mount Sinai, right? So he made the covenant, the 10 commandments at Mount Sinai. But read that again. Look where he say he is now. Or he made, this is the covenant which he made with the children of Israel. Where at?
in the land of Moab,
What you mean?
beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
Horeb and Sinai one and the same. Right, so this is on top of it. Is it though it's two covenants? No, they all one covenant. Right? The same commandment tell you thou shalt not kill. The same covenant tell you can't sleep with beasts.
Right.
It's all one covenant, right? It's all good. Right? Go ahead.
2. And Moses called unto all Israel, and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt unto Pharaoh,
He constantly reminding them of that, right? Go ahead.
and unto all his servants,
Mhm.
and unto all his land.
Yes.
The great temptations which thine eyes have seen,
Yes.
the signs, and those great miracles.
He said you saw all that. Go ahead.
Yet the Lord had not given you an heart to perceive,
It's still, and he had to give you a mind to understand all of that. Go ahead.
and eyes to see,
Mhm.
and ears to hear, unto this day.
Okay, let's drop down to verse 7. I didn't want all that, but it was good. Go ahead.
And when you came unto this place, Sihon the king of Heshbon and Og the king of Bashan came out against us unto battle, and we smote
Because
them.
the Lord was with Israel in the wilderness, right? So on their journey, for 40-year journey in the wilderness, they started taking down kings and other people's land and inheriting them, right? So he tell you running it down to him, he said, Sihon the king of Heshbon and Og the king of Bashan, he said he came out against us in battle and we smote them. That means we overtook them. Why? Because the Lord was with his people. Because they keeping the covenant, right? Go ahead.
And we took their land,
Mm-hmm.
and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenites,
Yes.
and to the Gadites,
Mhm.
and to half tribe of Manasseh.
So this is what I want. Go ahead.
Keep therefore the words of this covenant,
Look at what he's saying. He said, keep the words of this covenant. What's that going to do for me?
and do them,
Mm-hmm.
that ye may prosper.
Look at that. I always talking about prosperity. Well, you don't want to keep no laws, no commandments and statutes. And this is one of the conditions. Keeping of the covenant, he said, so that you may prosper. What? And what you mean?
And all that ye do,
In some stuff.
and all that ye do.
That's clear. Isn't it? So what's the problem? We still trying to do it our other way. We done learned separation. See, that's what we learn in our life. We learn to include God at point C, F, and T. That's when you come into a situation where you need a tribulation or a trial. But while you at A and B, you good. Go on about your business, God. This is the mentality. Then soon as you get in that C situation, Lord have mercy. I need you. Most High, please. I won't do it no more. Don't you know God get tired of that? He want people with a heart and a mind to worship Him. What are you looking for? True worshipers, He said. He said they're going to worship me in spirit and in truth. See, this got to get in your heart. This got to become a part of who you are. It ain't enough to know it. And you can know it and do it, but if it ain't in your heart, it's going to come a point in time where you're going to let it go. What else? We're going to verse 15.
10.
Yes.
Ye stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God,
Mhm.
your captains of your tribes,
Yes.
your elders,
Mhm.
and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp,
Right on.
from the hewer of thy wood to the drawer of thy water,
Yes.
that thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God.
Hold on, he said the stranger too?
Yes, sir.
What's wrong with Israel? Why are we preaching so hard against the stranger? He said, all of you stand this day. He said, your little ones, your wives, and the stranger that's in your camp, from the hewer of wood to the drawer of water. Go ahead.
That thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God.
See, once you enter into this covenant, we're going to lock it. It's going to be a blood covenant. We're going to seal it with blood. And it's going to be upon your seed continuously. All right? Ain't gonna be, you can't get out of it. If they don't want the covenant, they have no choice. It's still going to affect them. It's still going to hit them. All right? Go ahead.
And into his oath, which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day.
What's this oath?
That he,
That's a promise, right? Right? Go ahead. What, verse 13?
yes, sir.
Go ahead.
That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself.
Right. He gonna establish you, Israel, for a people to himself. You, basically, what he's saying is, you are gonna be my earthly representative. I dwell in heaven, but I'm king over heaven and earth. But I'm just gonna use you to be my earthly representative. I'm gonna be to you a God, and you're gonna be to me a people. Do you agree? This is what he's kind of saying. Go ahead.
And that he may be unto thee a God, as he had said unto thee,
Yes.
as he had sworn unto thy fathers,
Mm-hmm.
to Abraham, to
Yeah.
Isaac, and to Jacob.
That's right. He loved him. He loved Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When he made the covenant with Abraham, wasn't nobody with him. He said, "In you, all the nations gonna be blessed, Abraham." And this is how Israel is getting. They're part of the seed of Abraham. But go ahead.
14. Neither with you only do I make this covenant,
See, not just the one that's here hearing this, yes, in the flesh, but who else?
and this oath,
Mm-hmm.
but with him that's standing here with us this day
Mhm.
before the Lord our God.
Yeah, who else?
And also with him that is not here with us this day.
That's why we get hit with it. We the seed, we the children. We wasn't standing there when he made the covenant, but our fathers agreed. We still part of the seed, still part of the lineage, right? He said, so it's not only with you that's here this day, but with them that's not here this day. Go ahead.
That was the end of 15.
Yes. Oh, that's all I wanted, right? Let's go to Exodus 24. Exodus 24. Because he's going to seal the covenant. Pick me up at verse 1. Covenant is an agreement. So he ain't forcing them, but they agreed to it. Verse 1, go ahead.
And he said unto Moses, Come up unto the Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come nigh.
Yes.
Neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord, and all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said,
Look what Moses, he told the people all the words of the Lord, and all the judgments of God, and all of the people answered with one voice and said, what?
All the words which the Lord had said, we will do.
So what happened?
And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and builded an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offer burnt offerings, and sacrifice peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord.
Right.
And Moses took half of the blood, and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar.
That's right. So Moses is sealing the covenant with the blood now. Watch this. Keep going.
And he took the book of the covenant, and read in the audience of the people.
Look, they had books back then. Scrolls with that paper. He said he took the book of the covenant, he read in the audience of the people. Right? What happened?
And they said, all that the Lord has said we will do, and be obedient.
So he said, they agreed. All that the Lord has said we will do and be obedient. You know what some of the stuff they agreed to? Keeping the Sabbath holy. They agreed to the dietary law. Right? They agreed to this. They agreed to look out for the stranger, the widow, the fatherless, the poor, and the needy. They agreed to not put stumbling blocks before their neighbors. They agreed to love their neighbors without step. They agreed to this. So once you agree to it, you're going to be bound to these conditions. So once you break them, the curse is going to come upon you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's how the covenant works. Should have never agreed. Go ahead.
8. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people.
Good. See, this may be nasty to us or weird, but this is kind of how it was in the ancient days. When the people they made blood covenants. A lot of times, other nations would drink the blood, though. God didn't want Israel drinking blood, so he sprinkled it on them. So he sprinkled it on the people.
And said, Behold the blood of the covenant,
Mm-hmm.
which the Lord had made with you concerning all these words. Then went up Moses and Aaron and Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel.
That's good. That's good. Let's go a little bit past that. Pick me up at Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. And that's when he wrote the commandments on the tables of stone. He would have kept going. Deuteronomy 7. Pick me up at verse 1. Hearken to the scripture.
When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and had cast out many nations before thee,
Mm-hmm.
the Hittites and the Girgashites, and the Amorites and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites and the Hivites.
Right, because these nations was in the land that he swore to give to Israel. So we got to cast them out. Right, go ahead.
And the Jebusites.
Mm-hmm.
7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
That's why you need his protection. These nations are greater than Israel, they're mightier than Israel. That's why you need his protection. Protection comes in the keeping of the covenant, in the keeping of the laws. And it's just like today. You need his protection. Now, these people are wiser than us. He tells us, we don't even know what kind of fight we fight. The man told you, you fight against spiritual weakness in high places. We too busy fighting amongst each other to even look that high. Huh? So we need that protection. But it's conditional. Right? So you can just look on our people and see we in bad shape. But nobody can put it together. Why are we in bad shape? It's because we are transgressed against the law. You offended. You broke the covenant, you lied to them, and a fight come with that. All right, go ahead.
2.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee,
What you want to do?
thou shalt smite them.
So you look, you got to do some work too. This is where we don't want to do no work. See, we've been taught a hands-off approach over here. And when we dealing with God, we want God to do everything. Just bring us. We want God to serve us. Bring me this, bring me that, give me. Right? That's not how it is. You got to get your hands dirty too. Faith without works is what? Go ahead and read.
And utterly destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt make.
Okay, I'm gonna quit. But what if they would have just went out there, to war without being ready to fight? Lord, why don't you do it? What would have happened to them? The nations would have killed Israel. Right? They had to do some work too. They had to do their part, right? So he said, verse 3, is that where you at?
In the 2.
Okay.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them,
Why not?
nor show mercy unto them.
So why don't God want Israel to make a covenant with these nations? Because they serve other gods, right? And what else? The covenant is between Israel and God. Me and you, right? I don't need no help. I don't need no help from the Jebusites. You saw what I did to Egypt. What they gonna do to help me out? What sea can they turn to blood? The Hittites. Which one of them Girgashites can bring down lice over a whole land? Like, basically, I don't need the help. So I don't need you making a covenant with them. Anything you want, you come, you get it from me. I'm your father. Right? See, we forget that this day. We don't, because we don't learn the ways of these nations. And they done separated us from our God. Go ahead and read.
3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Look at that. Oh, you don't marry them. And he gonna tell you why. Go ahead.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his sons, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy sons.
Right, because God is prejudiced like that.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
That's what it is. And our sons and daughters running out of these nations now. Trying to look like them, dress like them, talk like them, act, trying to be like them. But they getting the results, though. They getting the results of the nation. They ain't getting the benefits of God. And we ain't either. So we've been doing the same thing. That's why we dealt in such devastation. He said, I don't want you doing the reason why. You see how God got to take his time with Israel? And tell you what to do. Now I got to tell you why I don't want you to do it. I know somebody going to try me. I don't want you doing it because they're going to turn your heart away from me, that you may serve other gods, and a fight come with that. Go ahead and read.
That they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you.
Because remember, he explained to them already that he was jealous. I don't want you doing this. I'm a jealous guy. Go ahead.
And destroy thee suddenly.
And a fight come with that. Look at that. And give you mercy.
Destroy thee suddenly.
He killing us now with a perfect hatred. We get money, we transgress to get the money, guess what happens? You blow on it. It's just like you put that money in a pot. What happened to my man? I hit him for a good sum overtime this week. 35 hours. Overtime, not regular time. Huh? Then what happened? It's gone. Blew on him, transgressed. Destroy. Because remember, he said, if you keep the commandments, you shall prosper in all that you do. It's a disconnect somewhere. What? We got to start being real with ourselves. Go ahead and read.
5. But thus shall ye deal with them.
This is how I want you to deal with them. Have mercy on them.
Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images.
Don't touch their stuff.
You shall destroy their altars and break down their images.
You need to respect their stuff.
You destroy their altars, break down their images, and cut down their groves.
This is how God feel about that stuff, right? Destroy it. Bring it down. Go ahead and read.
And burn their graven images with fire.
Be humble when it come up to them.
No, sir.
Huh?
Burn their graven images with fire.
That's right.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Yes.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Because we know when he in the place, ain't no idols going to stand in his presence. Huh? When they put him in the temple of Dagon, he knocked down a statue, cut his head off in the hands, and had the statue bowing down to the Ark of the Covenant, right? He telling you to be like him. Destroy the people and that stuff. Utterly. And that's why he was mad with Saul, because he told him to go in and, I think it was the Amalekites, kill them, man, all their stuff and their kings and everything. And Saul did the job halfway. But you're supposed to be representing God. God tear it down to the ground. And that's what he's instructing them to do now. Tear it down. Go ahead.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
And the thing about it, the nations are, don't forget, the title is Keep Israel from the Commandments. The commandments and the covenants are not. The enemy's going in and they reading it. And they seeing God working with them like this, only reason is because they obedient. Only thing I gotta do is get them to be disobedient. Then I can prosper. What can I do? Let's go attack the covenant, the commandments, the statutes. Everything you put in place, let's go anti. The Lord, what?
Said, where it said.
Go ahead.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people.
Yep. So you seeing kind of why, right? You the fewest of all people. It ain't like you was some great nation or something. Go ahead.
But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers.
Look, you know what? This was 400 and some years prior for the oath to Abraham. He keep his word. And it stretched for forever. He always keep his word. Right? So he keeping his word to this day. So this is why the commandments could never be nailed to the cross. And he still talked to us this day about the covenant that he made with Abraham. He's still talking about it. And we got to get him to remember that covenant so he can come and free us from this place. We ain't give him no reason to remember the covenant. He said he loved him. And he's going to keep his word, which he swore this. This is the oath he made to Abraham. Go ahead.
Hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt? Know therefore that the Lord thy God, He is God.
What kind of God is he?
The faithful God, which keepeth covenant.
Look, the faithful God. You can count on him. He keep his covenant, go ahead.
And mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
Man, that's pretty much like saying forever or for good. 1,000 generations. And we still don't put it on the cross. But keep rolling.
And repayeth them that hate him to their face.
Look at that, because we know, oh, sweet Jesus ain't. Because you know, people ask, why all this evil happening in the world? If it's a God, why is all this bad stuff happening? Read that again.
And repayeth them that hate him to their face.
That's why the evil is befalling the people. He paying you back. He told he will in no wise acquit the guilty. You know, they come up with songs, the good die young. That's a lie. You might have them, you know, occasionally, but the world is altogether wicked. There's some young wicked people too. So if the Lord will pay people to his face, he ain't got to hide, he ain't got to sneak attack. Alright? Go ahead.
To destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hated him.
Good. He's not going to be slack to them that hate him. Go ahead.
He will repay him to his face.
Good. I don't like that. Your face. He ain't got to go behind your back. He a man. Not a man like us, but I'm saying like the principle. Right? You know how people say, I'm a grown man, I ain't got to do that type of thing. Right?
Thou shalt therefore.
I said, come on. Do it, man.
Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments, and the statutes, and the judgments, which I command thee this day, to do them.
Yes.
Wherefore it shall come to pass, if you hearken to these judgments, and keep and do them, that the Lord thy God shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he sware unto thy fathers. He will love thee.
And what else?
And bless thee.
Yes.
And multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb.
What's that? They're your children, right? What else?
And the fruit of thy land.
And the fruit of your land.
Thy corn, and thy wine, and thine oil, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep, in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee.
Yes.
Thou shalt be blessed above all people.
How can we turn our back on this? I don't know why you turn your back if you really don't believe this. Right? He said, you shall be blessed above all people. Go ahead.
There shall not be male or female barren among you, or among your cattle.
He said, yeah. You don't have to look to the enemies to try to get some help in reproducing. There ain't nobody gonna be barren. Neither is the cattle. I mean, blessed. So remember, your enemies reading it. Keep that in the back of your mind. Right? We don't have to do them, what's them treatments called? IMV, IML? What is it? Y'all help me out. Don't leave me out here like this. Huh? Yeah. They ain't gonna have to do all that. You know? Nobody's gonna be barren, right? Among you or your cattle. Go ahead.
15.
Yeah.
And the Lord will take away from thee all sickness.
What?
Yes, sir.
This is too good to be true. All sickness. Is AIDS a sickness? Diabetes, high blood pressure. Give me a 15-letter word, somebody that, a 15-letter disease that we really don't know what it is. God a cure. So they take away all diseases, go away all sickness.
And will put none of the evil disease of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee.
Look at that. Do you see why your enemies got to separate you from your God? It's mandatory for them. We got to think, this is mandatory that my enemies separate me. Go ahead.
16.
Yes.
And thou shalt consume all the people with which the Lord thy God shall deliver thee.
Look at that. He said, you're going to consume all the people which the Lord thy God is going to deliver thee. Go ahead.
Thine eyes shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee.
Look at that. And that's where we at. That's what they knew that they had to do. Set a trap. A snare is a trap, right? I don't want you to serve their God. It's going to be a trap unto you. So you know what they did? Serving their gods is fun. You know, you just go and tell the truth about the matter. You can do whatever you want. Right? Lust, all type of lust. That's how you serve. They got lust. You can get it. Fulfill the lust of the flesh. They God is easy and fun. No boundaries. Right? No restraints. No holiness. If you can think it, you can have it. But don't do that. The Lord warned you. This is going to be a snare. Go ahead.
17. If thou shalt say in thine heart, these nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them?
What happened?
Thou shalt not be afraid of them.
This is what the Lord has said. They stronger and mighty. This is what you're thinking in your mind. How are we going to overtake them? I don't even want you to think like that. Go ahead.
But shall well remember what the Lord thy God did unto Pharaoh and unto all Egypt.
Yeah, that's what I want you to remember. Took down the superpower at the time. Go ahead.
19. The great temptations which thine eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders, and the mighty hand, and the stretched out arm, whereby the Lord thy God brought thee out. So shall the Lord thy God do unto all the people of whom thou art afraid.
Look at that. All the people whom you are afraid. That's what I do. This is part of the covenant. This is part of the agreement. So I gotta make you forget what God did in the land of Egypt. I gotta make you forget what type of power he wields. You know what we're gonna do? This is fairy tale. White man wrote the Bible. You know that Bible ain't real. Lies put forth by your enemies. So that you might have one little thought, well, maybe it is. I really ain't found no proof. That's a lie. The proof is everywhere. And if I'm your enemy, I'm going to go and dig up your land that's been destroyed. I'm not going to tell you nothing. I'm going to give you just a few artifacts. And I got to make money off them. We're going to put them in a museum. But the real stuff, you'll never see it. Go ahead. Verse 21. It's a game they playing with us. They got help too. Satan is their help. So if you try to go and fight Satan without the help of God, you're going to get overcome. This is bottom line. He's a master at overcoming men. It's nothing for him to deceive and overcome us. So that's why you need a spirit to fight off a spirit. We learned that from Daniel, the 10th chapter. You got to have God's Holy Spirit to fight off an evil spirit. If not, you won't get overcome. And that's why you see people, you know, what like Paul was saying in Romans 7, I know what to do, but I just can't seem to do what's good. But the thing that I hate, that's what I end up doing. That's because you're fighting a spiritual battle with a carnal mind. God ain't helping you. Because if he was, you will be able to overcome that evil. So you got to find out how to get God back on your side. And the bottom line, the simplest thing, is to get back to the covenant or the command. That's the only way. You done tried everything. You've been protesting, you've been marching, you've been screaming, yelling, rallying, picketing. I mean, nothing's worked. You're trying to come together with people that don't believe. You know, we done had Black Wall Street tear down. Can't be blessed without God. Oh, I let some sinners be blessed that's bearing my name. It's not going to happen. Huh? And then, you know, we glorify Black Wall Street. You don't know what? Them people had other gods. We don't want to talk about that. That's the only good thing we had, Brother Al, over here. Huh? No, but it wasn't good. Huh? They did the same thing in other nations. Prostitution shops, oppressing their own people. It's still the same system. They come from the legislation of Moses, the first five books, with all this good law, statute, and commandment. With Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, tells you you're supposed to keep that in the land of your enemies, and they'll say, you blessed, how you got God so near you? But you did. You got from Satan, but you could have got from the Lord. And God sent them people in there and tore it down. And it's going to happen every time you try to build without God. It's going to be tore down. And that's why we never can come. Look, we done had August Garvey, Martin Luther, Huey Newton, Malcolm X, all them other great men that done tried to come and help save his people. Every last one of them failed. Every last one of them tried to do it without God. The true and living God. That come from Exodus 20 chapter and the rest of the book. It's not going to happen. What verse we at?
21.
Yes.
Thou shalt not be.
We almost to the verse that we reading all of this stuff for. Go ahead.
Thou shalt
Sometimes, listen, sorry y'all, but sometimes you got to take your time in the Bible. You done rush through this thing for years. You know, we ain't getting nowhere. You know, sometimes we just got to read chapters. You know, this is how it is. Right? Go ahead.
21.
Yes.
Thou shalt not be afraid at them, for the Lord thy God is among you, a mighty God and terrible. And the Lord thy God,
what kind of God?
a mighty God and terrible.
That's right. And he among you, because his covenant is with you, keeping it. Huh? That's our protection, our hope. That's going to keep us separate and sanctified. What verse?
22.
Yes, sir.
And the Lord thy God will put out these nations before thee by little and little.
Look at that. You think they ain't reading this? You think if the people thought this was a game, that the world wouldn't be set up how it is? If they knew this wasn't a game. They read this, they're going to take it little by little. I see them like hit the Hittites. Oh, he done hit them Amalekites or Philistines. It's starting to come true. Amalek, what? I need to get, whoa. We need to do something. Let's come together. And that's what they did. Little by little, he will put out those nations. Go ahead.
Thou mayest not consume them at once,
Mm-hmm.
lest the beasts of the field increase upon thee.
Yes.
But the Lord thy God shall deliver them unto thee.
Man, we don't even have enough faith to try to get the Sabbath off.
Right.
The man done told our nations, it's part of keeping the covenant. He'll work something out. It might not be instant, but if you believe you continue to strive therein, it's going to happen. It's the word. Try it. It's the Bible. It ain't going to fail. He told in Isaiah. What he say? Isaiah 34:16. Read the book. He said, try it. Now one of these shall fail. Now that's pretty bad, but it's in the vicinity. Right? Not the best scripture quoted, but I'll get you in the ballpark. Right? So that's where we're at. We're in the ballpark with that one. Right? Go ahead and read.
And shall destroy them with a mighty destruction, until they be destroyed.
Yes.
And he shall deliver their kings into thine hand.
Look at that. The kings of the nations rule the earth. If he gonna deliver the kings into our hands, into the hands of Israel, that means we're gonna rule over them. They gotta do something before this come to pass on them. Only hope they have is to get you to not keep the command. Come on.
And thou shalt destroy their name from under heaven. There shall no man be able to stand before thee.
Look at that. That's what we wanted. I read all that just to read it. He said you will destroy their name from under heaven. That's where we live, under heaven. There shall no man be able to stand before thee. If I'm a Hamite, or if I'm from Javan or another strange nation, and I'm reading this, my antenna's going up. Because I know I got to do something. Because I'm not going to follow this covenant, which that would be the best thing for me to do. Become a part, like he said when he brought Israel out, the mixed multitude. But your God is too strict for me. I'm a wild man. I don't feel like keeping no Sabbath. I like birthday parties and washing my cars and all this type of stuff on the Sabbath. I like going shopping on the Sabbath. I like the loot. So it got to be something else I can do. Because I don't have to, it got to be something else I can do without giving all this up. Alright? So what do? We're going to attack the people. We're going to put stumbling blocks before them. We're going to put traps, gins, and snares before them. Right? And we're going to make what we do look super fun and super cool. And it's going to be fun and cool until the day of judgment. What verse?
End of 24.
Yes.
Until thou have destroyed them.
Look at that. There shall no man be able to stand before thee until thou have destroyed them. The Lord said, I'm going to put out those nations little by little. Go ahead.
25. The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold that is on them.
Look, that's what we desire the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they serve. The gods of silver and gold. Mammon and wealth and material things. I can use that to get you Israel. You love money. It's the same old thing. Joshua had this problem with Achan coveted the Babylonian garment. The Lord said, when you kill them, don't take that stuff. This stuff is a curse. I want you to destroy it down to the ground. He hid some little gold and silver up under his tent, and God caught wind of it. Israel was knocking off nation after nation, without losing a man. Then all of a sudden, they done knocked out what? Jericho now, it's a little small town. Ai, they can't knock off Ai. And it's not even close to being the size of Jericho. And you know what the Lord told Joshua? Somebody on the countdown picked up with a cursed thing. So the curse is on the whole people, because what? Coveting, breaking the command. It's the same old tricks. Go ahead.
Middle of 25.
Yes.
Nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein.
Yes, you be trapped by it. Go ahead.
For it is an abomination to the Lord thy God.
Yes.
Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house, lest thou be cursed.
Like it. See that? Be cursed like it. Go ahead.
But thou shalt utterly detest it,
Mm.
and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing.
That's right. Let's go Deuteronomy 11. Verse 22. Deuteronomy 11, 22. Verse 5 is 25 is our concentration, but we'll read into it. Go ahead.
For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you, to do them, to love the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him.
See, keeping of the commandments is how we cleave unto him. Sometimes it might get hard, but at least you ain't transgressed. You showing them you love them more. You think he ain't gonna bless them? Who did that and didn't become blessed and wasn't blessed, right? Go out a name. I'll wait. All right, let's keep rolling then. Go ahead.
23. Then will the Lord drive out all these nations from before you.
Yeah, because he has a reason to. You know, cleave to the Lord, you love him, you're keeping his commandments, his statutes. He said, then I'll drive out all these nations from before you.
And ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves.
That's plural. You're going to possess them. Greater and mightier nations than yourself. Come on.
Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead and read.
Shall be yours.
Come on now.
From the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea shall your coast be.
What else?
There shall no man be able to stand before you.
You keep saying that. There shall no man be able to stand before you. Go ahead.
For the Lord your God shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon.
That's why they had to cause the separation. Remember, Israel is his earthly representative. The Lord is going to lay the fear and the dread of you upon all these nations, upon all the lands where you go, where you tread upon. Go ahead.
As he had said unto you, Behold, I set before you this day
what?
A blessing and a curse.
Look at that. Uh-oh. gonna get real. He's gonna get real. He said, I'm good now. I done told you what I do. And I'm gonna put before you. Now you're gonna have to make a choice. Make an educated choice. I'm gonna say before you this day, blessings and curses. What that mean? Harken to the scripture.
A blessing.
Mm-hmm.
If ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day.
If you nail him to the cross, you will get blessed.
No, sir.
They killing people. He said a blessing. Now, if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day,
And a curse. If you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
that's it. I'm the enemy. That's it. That's what I gotta do. Bingo. I gotta get you cursed. I know how to do it now. All I gotta do is get you to transgress the commandments. And you know what that is? That's the biblical definition of committing sin. The breaking of God. All I gotta do is get you to commit sin against your God. Separation is gonna come. Matter of fact, let me read that right here. Hold your spot right here. Let me throw this in there. Isaiah 58. Isaiah 59 and 1. Isaiah 59. Go ahead.
Behold,
Mhm.
the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save.
And you know why you gotta say this? Because we might think this, because you're praying and praying and ain't nothing happening. Huh? You think the Lord ain't got the same kind of power. Really, you thinking that ain't the same God that knocked down Egypt like that. They can't be. The only thing I'm praying for is a car. I'm just saying. Just go ahead.
Neither is his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
See, that's the problem. He's not hearing. He said, but he still got the same ear that heard the cry of Israel in Egypt. He said, my ear ain't heavy. I still can hear it. Go ahead.
But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and
Look at
your
that.
sins have hid his face from
You
you.
can't tell me these nations don't know this. You can't tell me they don't know it. There's too much evidence that they do. He said, your iniquities have did what? Separated me and you. The reason why it seems like I can't hear you and the reason why it seems like I got alligator arms is because of your iniquity. It ain't my fault, it's your fault. I told you way back in the day. And I said a blessing and a curse. I told you how to be blessed, keep the commandments and you'll be good. And now we got people talking about the commandments is bondage. That's the mentality of the nations.
Yep.
It's bondage to them. It should be bondage to you, Israel. It's how you gonna be blessed and cursed. Right? He said, but your iniquities, go ahead.
That he will not hear.
Mm-hmm.
For your hands are defiled with blood.
Look at that. And he ain't just talking about murder, physical murder. You oppressing your neighbor, you robbing them, you beating them, you cheating them. It's just like they say, man, you killing me. Your hands full of blood. You the dirty one. You at fault. You guilty, in other words. Go ahead.
And your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies.
Look at that.
Your tongue had muttered perverseness.
You know, we supposed to be upholding God's character. This is not God's character. Lies and perverseness. And your hands full of blood. Go ahead.
None calleth for justice.
And he a God of justice and peace and equity, equality. We ain't calling for that. Go ahead.
Nor any pleaded for truth.
Look at that. Who pleading for the truth now? The truth is important. Go ahead.
They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity.
He said, he's talking about his people again. He said, you trust in vanity. You speak lies. You conceive mischief and bring. You practice in a lifestyle where all you do is commit sin and perversions and lie. And you trust in vanity, things that can't profit you. All this stuff you trust in can't save your soul. You trust in the fact that if you get $1 million, you will be straight. That's not the case. You can get $1 million in a catastrophe can happen, you can lose it. But the thing about it, you can get $1 million again. But you only got one soul. Once you lose that, it's a wrap. And we place more value on gold and silver, and mammon and wealth. You die killing yourself trying to get that. And look, you 9 times out of 9, ain't none of us never gonna be rich, but you've done adopted the rich man's mentality. So you working your fingers down to the bone. You robbing your neighbor. You beating and cheating. All these things are against the covenant. You Xing out your own protection from God. You Xing out your own blessings from God. We don't know how to be blessed. We gotta go back to the simplicity. Gotta go back to the foundation, the covenant, the commandments, the word, and obeying it. That means we gotta know what it is in order to obey it. That means we gotta read. See, you know the world, they done killed all your God time. You don't have no time for God. You a slave. We just don't call it slavery now. If we smart about it, we'll call it a wage slave. You're a slave. You just get paid for it. Don't you know they said that's cheaper? The wage slave is cheaper than having the slaves that they don't have to pay. He said because if the slaves, the responsibility if something happened to them was on the master. He said if you can make the people slaves, you just pay them a little bit, their responsibility will be on them. Whatever happened to them, we won't have to pay for it. And they'll be more loyal because they're trying to build a lifestyle for themselves. And it's never going to happen. Because we don't own nothing. We don't have no means of production. That's where the wealth comes in. Not the money. You don't really want money. You're trying to give it away. You get money, but you don't really want it. Because you know why? You trade it in for food. You trade it in for housing. You trade it in for clothes. You trade it in. You don't really want it. You just want the lifestyle that they provide. How we get on this? Let's go back to Isaac, Deuteronomy. But I'm just showing you. They done duped us. We've been educated by the enemy because we left our God. We're being fed by the enemy because we left our God. They eat anything. They eat death. That's why all you want is some tea. Water, sugar, and a tea bag. And you know what you get? 17 more ingredients with 17 letters apiece that you don't know what it is. Then at the bottom it say to preserve freshness. That's a lie. Put it in a glass jar, man. You want to preserve freshness? Get it to the people faster. Right? Anyway, what verse we leave off at?
27. 28.
Yeah, curse. Read verse 28. Harken to the scripture.
And a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other gods.
You're going to turn off that narrow path, and you're going to go after other gods,
which ye have not known.
And
it shall come to pass, when the Lord thy God hath brought thee in unto the land whither thou goest to possess it, that thou shalt put the blessing upon Mount Gerizim, and the curse upon Mount Ebal.
That's right. So what you had was, go ahead and read the next verse.
And they not on the other side Jordan, by the way where the sun goeth down, in the land of the Canaanites, which dwell in the campaign over against Gilgal.
Okay, so we're talking about Mount Gerizim and Mount Ebal. Those are two mountains, right? They like right next to each other. And yeah, some of the tribes stand on one mountain and pronounce the blessing, and yeah, the other half of the tribe stand on the other mountain and pronounce the curses, right? But he was just showing you. Let's back up to Deuteronomy 2 right quick. But he said, as long as you being obedient to the Lord, he said, no nation, no man will be able to stand before you. Verse 25, that's all I want, 25. Go ahead.
This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole heaven.
See, that's why they got to do away with you and your God, separation. Because they see what kind of power he willing, or you Israel willing once they're obedient to him. They can't have that. Said, this day I will begin to put the dread of thee. This is what the Lord is saying to Israel. I'll begin to put the dread and the fear of you upon all these nations under the whole heaven. Go ahead.
Who shall hear a report of thee,
Mhm.
and shall tremble,
Mhm.
and be in anguish because of thee.
That's right. That's what happened. Let's look at a little quick testimony. A couple of quick testimonies and we'll get. Let's go to Joshua. Joshua 2. Verse 1. Hearken to the scripture.
And Joshua, the son of Nun, sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go view the land, even Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And they went and came into a harlot's house named Rahab.
But remember, the Lord told Israel, wherever you tread, I'll give it to you. So he said, go spy out the land. You're going to see what's up on it. Go ahead.
And Lodge was there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was told the kings of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country.
Mm.
And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thine house.
Mhm.
For they be come to search out all the country.
Go ahead.
And the woman took the 2 men and hid them, and said thus, There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were.
I don't know where they are. Go ahead.
And it came to pass about the time of shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went, I was not.
This is what she's saying. This is what she's running back to them, to the authorities, right?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them.
Yes.
But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order upon the roof.
So she despising her own government, her own king. For the children of Israel to despise. We're going to find out why. There's got to be a reason for you to go against your own government. Because you're already in that kingdom. That kingdom is already set up. You already reside there. So you're not going to just go against your own government for no reason. Go ahead.
7. And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords. And as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us.
Look, she know this. She saying what God was doing with Israel. She testifying. I know if you came to spy this land, ain't no way we gonna be able to keep it. Because God is on your side. That's why she said, I know that the Lord hath given you this land and your terror. Remember he said, I'm gonna start to put the dread and the fear of you upon all nations. Your terror is falling upon us, and
that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you.
that's right. They know their kingdom coming down. Go ahead.
For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you, when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites, that were on the other side Jordan, Shion and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed.
Yes.
And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt.
They knew they could possibly be next. So go ahead.
Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God.
Where at?
In heaven above, and in earth beneath.
And whatever he say, it's gonna stand. These other nations' testimony. God be doing great works with Israel. Joshua the 10th chapter. He doing all of these works before they even make it into the promised land. Joshua 10 and 1. So the enemies reading these things, they know. I gotta do something. Matter of fact, they be teaming up. We gotta do something. It's us now. I thought you hated me. Yeah, I do, but I hate them more. You know, they're a bigger threat. But they got God on their side. So we got to come up with a plan. But we're just showing now why the people feel that way. Because they see God doing great things with Israel. Watch this. Verse 1. Go ahead.
Now it came to pass when Adonai-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, had heard how Joshua had taken Ai
Mm-hmm.
and had utterly destroyed it,
That's how the Lord told him to do. Destroy it utterly. What else?
as he had done to Jericho and her king.
Took down Jericho too, right? And her king.
So he had done to Ai and her king.
Yes, because now he was telling us he's going to give you all the kings of the nations into your hands. So that's what he's doing, little by little. But go ahead.
And how the inhabitants of Gibeon had made peace with Israel, and were among them, that they feared greatly, because Gibeon was a great city, as one of the royal cities.
Gibeon was a royal city, but he said they feared greatly. Right? Go ahead.
And because it was greater than Ai, and all the men thereof were mighty, wherefore
And they still feared. Go ahead.
Wherefore, Adonai-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, sent unto Hoam, king of Hebron, and unto Piram, king of Jarmuth, and unto Japhia, king of Lachish, and unto Debir, king of Eglon,
Look, they got a tag team. Like 4 or 5 kings right there. Go ahead.
saying, Come up unto me, and help me,
Look, come up, help me. Why?
that we may smite Gibeon.
Mm-hmm.
For he had made peace with Joshua and with the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore the 5 kings of the Amorites, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, the king of Eglon, gathered themselves together, and went up, they and all their hosts, and encamped before Gibeon, and made war against it.
Yes.
And the men of Gibeon sent unto Joshua to the camp to Gilgal, saying, Slay not thy hand from thy servants. Come up to us quickly and save us.
Come help us. Go ahead.
And help us. For all the kings of the Amorites that dwell in the mountains are gathered together against us.
So what Joshua do?
So Joshua ascended from Gilgal, he and all the people of war with him, and all the mighty men of valor. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Fear them not, for I have delivered them into thine hand.
Look at that. He said, I have given them over to you. Right, go ahead.
There shall not a man of them stand before thee.
Look at that. They ain't gonna have no power. They ain't gonna defeat you. Reoccurring thing. They should not be able to stand before you. Go ahead. Joshua, you know, God got the same power. This stuff wasn't gonna fail. They had to do something. Go ahead.
9. Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly, and went up from Gilgal all night.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord discomfited them before Israel, and slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon, and chased them along the way that goeth up to Betharon.
You see, the Lord is helping them. You see how it looks when he helps you? You win. Go ahead.
And smote them to Azekah and unto Makkedah.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass as they fled from before Israel, and were in the going down to Betharon, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them to Azekah, and they died.
Look, we gotta get y'all separate from God. He helping you like this. He on your side, on your team. You're like, y'all a nation full of superheroes or something. You gotta bring your separation. He said, God did what? Rain down stones from heaven. Go ahead.
They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword.
Look what else Joshua did. Go ahead. Just drop down to 13.
And the sun stood still, and the moon...
No, read into 13, excuse me.
12.
Yeah.
Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still.
What man can do that? God on the line. God on his side. This man talked to the sun and the moon. Said, stand still. Power. Go ahead.
And the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher?
Mm-hmm.
So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and hasted not to go down about a whole day.
And what else?
And there was no day like there before it, or after
He
it.
said, ain't no day like this, been no day like this before or after. They read, and they know this is great power. You can't allow it. He's going to consume all kingdoms of the earth. Just imagine. Sooner or later, had Israel stayed righteous and they kept going this route, they would have consumed all kingdoms of the earth. All kingdoms of the earth would have been under the dominion of God's law, statutes, and commandments. Earth would have been righteous. It would have probably happened by now. This was thousands of years ago. But these people know that their kingdom was in danger. They know we got to do something. We got to keep Israel from the command. Just like it is this day. Did you finish that verse? Okay, go ahead.
That the Lord hearken unto the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel.
Look at that. Can't have it. Got to do something. Exodus 23, then we'll transition a bit. Exodus 23, verse 20. That the Lord hearken to the voice of a man. He fought for his people. You know why they don't want you to read the Old Testament? They tell you, don't read that old curse law. It's only curses for the ones not keeping. The law is righteous. Verse 20. Go ahead.
Behold, I send an angel before thee, to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
This is the Lord telling his people, I'm going to send you some help. I'm going to send an angel before you to keep you in the way, on the right path, to bring you to the place where I prepared. Go ahead.
Beware of him, and obey his voice.
Look, I want you to be aware of him now. Whatever he tell you, obey his voice.
Provoke him not,
Don't provoke him.
for he will not pardon your transgressions.
Why not?
For my name is in him.
That's right. He coming on my behalf. My name is in him. Go ahead.
But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice,
Mhm.
and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries.
Mhm.
For mine angel shall go before thee, and bring thee in unto the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
What happened?
And I will cut them off.
That's right. Jump down to verse 25. Go ahead.
And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water,
Mhm.
and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee.
Go ahead.
There shall nothing cast their young, no, nor be barren in thy land. The number of thy days I will fulfill.
Man, nobody gonna die before their time. That's good. That's a blessing. Go ahead.
27.
Mm-hmm.
I will send my fear before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come, and I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee. And I
That's
will
protection. That's why we gotta do something. He said, I will send my fear before you, and I will destroy all the people whom thou shalt come. And I will make your enemies turn their backs. They're gonna run. This much protection. Psalms 83. If I'm a wicked person and I got my kingdom set up, I'm going to do all I can to protect it. And this is what the nations, they ain't giving their stuff up without a fight. Israel coming through, taking over kingdoms and knocking off kingdoms and possessing their land. And God on your side, He helping you, and you doing mighty work, stopping the sun, and you walking around a city, blowing trumpets and making loud noises and bringing them down, bring the whole city down. Oh, listen. I don't know what we're going to do, but I read in their law that it's a curse to come upon them if we can get them separate, or if we can get them to commit sin from their God. If we can get them to not keep the commandments, they'll be cursed instead of blessed. God won't be helping them. We can keep our kingdom. Psalms 83. Hearken to verse 1. Hearken to the scripture.
Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Why not?
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
And your enemies, they make a loud sound. Triumphant sound. Go ahead.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
What you mean?
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Israel don't even know they hid. Israel is the heathen one he's talking about. But how did they? He said they have taken crafty counsel against our people. This is one of the characteristics of Satan. Subtlety, crafty. Let you know they got help. They got wicked help. And they taking it not against everybody. Listen, read that again.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Against your people. Why would they take crafty counsel against your people? It's millions. I mean, it's thousands of nations. Why only yours? Because we saw how you was working with them. We saw the wonderful works that they was able to commit when you was on their side. We saw them taking over kingdoms, possessing their land, knocking out kings. We can't have that. He said your enemies. And they have consulted against our hidden ones. Go ahead.
They have said,
What?
come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance.
Look, this is how you know we're talking about Israel as being the hidden ones, right? And he's giving us an insight to their secret meetings. They talking about let us cut them off from being a nation. Now they can't agree on nothing. All prices, tissue paper price, I mean nothing. Is a man or a woman? I mean, we can't agree on nothing, but all of a sudden, the whole world can agree on this. We need to do something about these people and their God. And they done read all the commandments, from the dietary law to all of it. And that's why they do the sneak attack to us.
Right.
You want this little candy? Let's just slide this pig feet. Let's slide pig feet in this candy. Make it taste good. They'll swallow it down. Sneak attacks. Let us take crafty counsel. Let us throw some of this duck hair in this bread. I'm just saying. Let us put this 75 letter word in a juice. We'll call it Gatorade. Let it come under the banner. Let it come under the banner of being healthy. But anyway, let's go ahead and read 5.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Look, they got one mind, one agenda. One consent. We agree finally. Go ahead.
They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
That's right. All these nations, Israel was knocking them down. But they saw it. So they going to come together. Just like you saw when Joshua, all the kings came together. The Lord still delivered them, but this is what their mind is. Let us cut them off from being a nation. They confederate against thee. They agree with one consent. Go ahead.
Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Yes.
As to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon.
Okay, drop down to verse 12. Go ahead.
Who said, let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession.
This is one of the things they do. Let us take the house of God in our possession. Go ahead.
Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as a flame setteth the mountains on fire.
That's good. Back up to the second song. Crafty counsel. Crafty counsel. All to get you to transgress. Transgression is serious. 2 and 1. Go ahead.
Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing?
He, those are the nations, right? He said, why they rage? Why they angry? Why do people imagine a vain thing? What you mean?
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together.
Look at that. The kings of the earth, right? The ones who running different kingdoms or governments as we know them today, right? They're still the kings of the earth. They're in the high places. And they have taken counsel together with each other. What?
Against the Lord and against his anointing.
For what?
Saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
We gotta get them separated. This is their mentality. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords. Is this gonna prevail? Go ahead.
He that sitteth in the heaven shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure.
That's the end game. But for a while, it's prevailing. So what can we do? Drop down to verse 11. Go ahead.
Serve the Lord with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry.
Kiss the Son, what that mean? Give Jesus some sugar? Huh? Kiss is what? Affection of love, right? If you love me, keep my commands, right? That's what we gotta do. Go ahead.
Lest he be angry,
Mm-hmm.
and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him.
Gotta get you separate. I can't allow you to put your trust in this God. He's too dangerous to my kingdom. Right? Ephesians the 6th chapter. So the kings of the earth. The kings of the earth. I know we don't like to realize it. It's a king over this country too. And his kingdom ain't set up in righteousness. Believe that. You need to serve your God, don't you? I need you to transgress. Who got the power? I do. I'm going to make the laws, which you could just call them stumbling blocks. Stumbling blocks. Got to put the stumbling block in front of you. It's up to you. Verse 10. Ephesians 6, verse 10. Go ahead.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord,
Mhm.
and in the power of his might.
See? Be powerful. Be strong in the Lord. We ain't there yet. And then the power is on. We done forgot all about his power and might. We fit him into our situation. You make him smile. Go ahead.
Put on the whole armor of God,
What you mean?
that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
He said put on the whole armor. We're going to read one of them wiles of the devil. Just like his tricks. His deceptive maneuvers. But he said you got to put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand. Go ahead.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
No, because he told you what you wrestle with, the wiles of the devil. He going to come through you with deception. For something that's easy and fun. It's something that you love. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
There's people that's over kingdoms and governments, kings of the earth. That's what principalities are. He said powers against what?
The darkness of this world.
I said against the rulers of darkness. Darkness is synonymous with evil. against the rulers of darkness of this world. What else?
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness in high. This is what we're fighting against. So we need to shift our focus. You gotta get back to the covenant. That's your protection against spiritual wickedness in high places. Huh? That's your protection against the rulers of darkness. You can't see them. See, you don't see the kings when they go into their secret meetings, but yet still they have them. And they coming out with some evil. They coming out with some evil. Go ahead.
13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
So you got to do all this thing. The evil day is going to be the day that you tempted. Temptation is going to hit all of us. That's why the Lord lets you know everybody that's going to live godly is going to suffer persecution. But some of us ain't going to live godly, everything going to be easy. Go ahead.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
That's right. That's good. Let's go to Revelations real quick. 2. Revelations 2. Revelations 2. Verse 12. Hearken to the scripture.
And to the angel of the church of Pergamos write, These things said he which hath a sharp sword with two edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is. And thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr,
Go ahead.
who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth. But I have a few things against thee.
Now this is what we want. He said, but I got a few things against you. Why?
Because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam.
What's doctrine? Teaching. Doctrine is a teaching. Balaam got to teach. And these nations done dug it out. What you mean, doctrine of Balaam, teaching of Balaam? What did he teach?
Who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel.
That's how I get them separated from God. See, I can't curse them myself, but what I can, let me teach you this, but you can't curse them, because we're going to read it. The man told him, how can I curse who God is not cursed? God got to curse them, because the covenant is between God and the people, but I can get God to curse them if I put the stumbling block in their way. And that's the trick today. I could get God to curse you if I put the stumbling block and you go for it. Once you go for it, spiritual wickedness in high places. And this all read at the end of the book lets you know it's been all throughout time. If we ain't gonna go to Daniel 11 because I know I'm gonna forget. But one of the Greek kings, he recognized this. You know what he said? He had indignation against the Holy Covenant. And you go and read what happened. He sacrificed wine on God's altar. He caused all Israel to not keep the commandments of God. He wouldn't let them circumcise their kids. He wouldn't let them read the Torah. He wouldn't let them, he made them celebrate all kind of holidays and things. Everything that was against God, he brought it in. He had indignation. And if he caught you trying to serve your God after the manner of the covenant, he was killing them, setting them on fire. Make an example out of them. And you know what else he did? He built a gymnasium next to the temple. Sports. Greek sports. We got that today. God's priests is all over the sport world. God's priest. You supposed to be the priest of God. You are running and jumping. Being on commercials. Cereal commercials. Weeds.
I'm just saying.
Gatorade. I mean, what? How's that gonna help people that don't drink that stuff? You could have been a priest of God. Say nothing about your influence. You served other gods, but the stumbling block was placed in your face. He said the Levites. They said the Levites was leaving the temple to go wrestle. And guess how they was wrestling? Oh my goodness. Sin and the shame. No grown man be touching my back. No clothes on. Say, boy, guess how they wrestle today? They naked still. They got them tights on, but ain't no clothes. Go put on some clothes. Quit grabbing all on. Man, say, let's read that. Let's go ahead and finish this.
Stumbling block before the children of Israel.
Man.
To eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit fornication.
To commit fornication against God, that means go serve other gods. Participate in their events. This is one of the wiles of the devil. Backing up to Numbers 25. But you know, he said the people still doing that to this day. They got the teaching of Balak. The people been taught how to get Israel separate. Numbers 25. I gotta get out of here. Oh, you don't believe? Numbers 25. I'm just gonna read verse 16 to 18, then we're gonna come back. 16 to 18, then we're gonna come back. Verse 16. Hearken to the scripture.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Vex the Midianites and smite them, for they vex you with their wiles.
Like the wiles of the devil. He used these nations. They didn't insult. See, they don't vex you with that. What you mean, Lord?
Wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of...
Look, is this not Satan characteristics all over the place? Subtlety, wiles of the devil, beguiling, deceiving. They done deceived you, Israel, into worshiping other gods. So you ain't doing. They had to trick you into doing it. Huh? You was unaware. But you know what? It was fun. Right? Everybody, it was a big party. That's what you went for. You know Israel loved a party as Moses. Huh? They just came out of Egypt and they started partying and making calves. Moses couldn't get the commandments good, right? Go ahead.
Who have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, and in the matter of Kozba, the daughter of the prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for Peor's sake.
That's right. So we're going to go read about that, but not just yet. That happened in the beginning of the chapter. We started running that down to it. But let's back up before we get there to Numbers 22. He said, Balak, they done taught. His doctrine's still going on. Pick me up at verse 1. Numbers 22 and 1. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho.
They had just got them knocking off a couple of kings, the Amorites, and so forth. So they was going forth conquering and to conquer. And then they said they pitched tent. We're in the plains of Moab on this side Jericho. Go ahead.
And Balak the son of Zippor saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites.
Look, these people you can't tell me they ain't looking. They looking at you. Every servant of God they be looking at. They was looking at Daniel. They don't stop. They watching you. All they got to do is get you to transgress a little bit. That's all we need. Right? So he said he's watching them. He saw all that Israel did unto the Amorites. Go ahead.
3. And Moab was so afraid of the people.
You remember the Lord said, my dread, my fear. Right? The people going to be afraid of you. Go ahead.
Because and Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian.
So they still coming together. Got the Moabites and the Midianites. They finna tag team. Go ahead.
Now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the oxen licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak the son of Zippor was king of the Moabites at that time.
So they know they don't have a chance, because God is with Israel at this point. They're like, they gonna come lick us up like an ox lick grass, right? So Balak is the king of the Moabites at this time. Come on.
He sent messengers therefore to Balaam, the son of Beor, to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, Behold, there is a people come out from Egypt.
Look, so you can't tell me you wasn't watching. You know where they came from. Egypt, what happened?
Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Come now, therefore, I pray thee.
What you mean?
Curse me this people.
What?
Curse me this people.
He wants you to curse me this people. Why?
For they are too mighty for me.
Look at that, because you know that, because God is with them. They too strong for me. Go ahead.
Peradventure I shall prevail.
And this is how it is when God is with you. Remember, he said, prosper in whatever you do. Right? That's the truth. Peradventure what?
I shall prevail.
That's if you curse you. I shall prevail. Go ahead.
That we might smite them.
Look at that, we. Huh? That we might smite them. Go ahead.
That I might drive them out of the land. For I want that he whom thou blessed is blessed, and he whom thou cursed is cursed.
So look what he said. He said, I'm coming to get you because I know whoever you curse is cursed, and whoever you bless is blessed, right? That's Balaam. Go ahead.
And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the rewards of divination in their hands.
You see, did y'all catch that? So they left. They finna come holler at Balaam. Balaam. But what do they have? The rewards of divination. Treasures, money, gold, silver, man, wealth. I gotta entice you. Right? So I need the proper tools to entice you with. So I need you to perform this task. If you don't, these people gonna lick us up like lick grass. We call it divination because it's deception, deceit. It's like witchcraft. Right? Go ahead.
And they came unto Balaam, and spake unto him the words of Balak.
Right?
And he said unto them, Lodge here this night, and I will bring you word again, as the Lord shall speak unto me. And the princes of Moab abode with Balaam. And God came unto Balaam and said, What man are these with thee? And Balaam said unto God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, hath sent unto me, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth.
Yes.
Come now, curse me them.
That's what he wanted them to do. Curse Israel. And he know exactly why. Because they're too strong, they're too mighty. God is with them. I need you to curse them so I can prevail. And this is what he's running down to the Lord. Go ahead.
Peradventure, I shall be able to overcome them and
Yes.
drive them out. And God said unto Balaam, Thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people,
Why?
for they are blessed.
Right. I'm with them. You can't curse them. They're blessed. Can't be cursed and blessed at the same time. Right? So he said, don't curse them, they blessed. Go ahead.
13. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the prince of Balak, Get you into your land, for the Lord refuseth to give me leave to go with you. And the princes of Moab rose up, and they went unto Balak and said, Balaam refused to come with us. And Balak sent yet again princes more and more honorable than they.
And that's how it goes. Every time. When so y'all didn't have enough reputation. If your name wasn't good enough, you didn't have enough status. Let me send somebody with a little more clout than you. He'll respect. That's why God tell you don't be a respectful person. He'll respect, and he'll come with you. It's the same thing Haman did to Mordecai. He wanted Mordecai to bow down before Mordecai would do it. They bothered Mordecai every day, sending somebody more honorable. Why do they want him to bow down? But the commandments tell you, don't. So Mordecai kept the commandments in the face of adversity. And punishment came with that. Long story short, God fought the battle for him. And the punishment that Haman wanted to happen to Mordecai came upon him. He kept the commandments in the face of death. God didn't leave him hanging. He blessed him. Right, Jay? We gotta keep the commandments with that type of heart. That's what God requires. He said your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole soul. Commitment. Big C word. Don't run out of here. Go ahead.
16.
Yes.
And they came to Balaam and said to him, Thus said Balak the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me.
He said, don't let nothing stop you from, I need you to curse these people bad. Don't let nothing stop you. Go ahead.
For I will promote thee into very great honor.
Look at that. Is that not what they do today? I need some sellouts. I'll make you rich. But I just need you to sell out your people if they blessed. If they keep the commandments. I need to buy your influence. The reward of divination. This is what you see today. We just don't recognize it. It's all over the TV screen. Guess what they are? People with a name. People with renown and respect. And you desire the life that they have. And it's false. I just need you to sell out your own people. What verse?
Middle of 17.
Yes.
And I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people.
He begged. But what did Balaam say? Go ahead.
And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my God, to do less or more. Now therefore I pray you, tarry ye also here this night, that I may know what the Lord will say unto me.
Okay, that's good. We're going to skip down. So Balaam, he went back and asked the Lord again, which he wasn't supposed to. God got mad at him for a minute. And then he finally told him, okay, go ahead on then. Let's just go to verse 37. Go ahead.
And Balak said unto Balaam, Did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Wherefore camest thou not unto me? Am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor?
Well, he want to know. I thought I called you along earnestly. You know I got the power to give you wealth and honor, a name. Go ahead.
And Balaam said to Balak, Lo, I am come unto thee, how I now any power at all to say anything. The word that God put in my mouth, that shall I speak.
Now, that was the condition that the Lord let him go with him. You can only say what I told you to say. All right, jump down to the 23rd chapter. We're going to pick me up at verse 5. Go ahead.
And the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth, and said, Return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak.
Right? And Balak really thought Balaam was going to curse Israel. So I want you to return and tell him this. Go ahead.
And he returned it to him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up his parable and said, Balak the king of Moab had brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come curse me, Jacob, and come defy Israel. How shall I curse whom God had not cursed?
That's the game. You need to find out how to get yourself where you're not cursed. Because no matter who want to curse you, this man said, go tell Balak this. How can I curse somebody who God hadn't cursed? And that's how it is. Because the covenant is between God and Israel. Israel get cursed for their own abominations, their own sin. Nobody can come between you and God. But what they can do is provide a stumbling block. Once I understood this, that's how I knew There's no way the Pope could be the abomination of desolation. Israel have to do that themselves. Israel commit all those abominations, and the Lord told you clearly, Jeremiah, that this is the reason your land is desolate. Nobody can come between. The Pope can't come between the covenant between God and Israel. Only thing he can do is like right here, put a stumbling block. It's still up to them. Go ahead.
Or how shall I defy whom the Lord had not defied?
That's right. Ain't no man strong enough to go against God and prevail. If God don't curse, they can't be cursed. If he don't allow it. We already read some of the conditions of the curse. Well, we didn't read it, but we skimmed over it. Deuteronomy 27. It'll tell you a little bit more in detail. Go ahead.
9. For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I beheld him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations.
Mm-hmm.
Who can count the dust of Jacob?
What verse you at?
10.
Well, let's skip down. Verse 19. Go ahead.
God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent.
Mm-hmm.
Had he said, and shall he not do it? Or had he spoken, and shall he not make it good?
But God don't do that. If he said he mean it, he gonna perform. Go ahead.
Behold, I have received commandment to bless,
Mm-hmm.
and he had blessed, and I cannot reverse it.
That's right. But God turned the situation around for Israel. The curse into a blessing. Go ahead.
He had not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
That's why. No reason for him to curse him. They hadn't committed a sin. See, I hadn't beheld iniquity in Jacob. Go ahead.
Neither had he seen perverseness in Israel. The Lord his God is with him, and the shadow of a king is among them.
Mm-hmm.
God brought them out of Egypt. He had, as it were, the strength of a unicorn.
Man, go ahead.
Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what had God wrought?
Mm-hmm.
Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey, and drink the blood of the slain.
What else?
And Balak said unto Balaam, neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all.
Balak, like, okay, since you can't curse him, at least don't bless him. All right, but go ahead.
But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, told not I thee, saying, all that the Lord speaketh, that I must do? And Balak said unto Balaam,
Like, didn't I tell you? I told you before I came. I gotta speak what the Lord tells me to speak. I can't go past it. That's just what I gotta say. That's the only power I got coming to you in. Go ahead.
And Balak said unto Balaam, come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Peradventure it will please God that thou mayest curse me them from thence. And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of Peor, that looketh toward Jeshimon. And Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams.
That's good. We're going to skip to the 25th verse, chapter 25. We'll pick it up at verse 1. Chapter 25 and 1. So God said, you can't curse him. I'm with him. I haven't seen iniquity in Jacob or perverseness in Israel. So this is where we at now. But remember what it said in Revelation. That Balaam had a teacher or a doctrine. So he taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel. And that's what we're about to read right now. Verse 1, hearken to the scripture.
And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods.
Look at that. Remember the Lord said, no other gods before me? With the Moabites, they started to call Israel, yeah, come on, party, eat with us. It's fun over here. Huh? Go ahead.
And the people did eat, and bowed down to their gods.
So you see what happened? They chose that. God didn't make them. He didn't stop him either. You make the choice. Remember he said, choose this day? Right? So this is what they chose. They chose to go to the sacrifice, and the people did. And they bowed down to their God. Remember, this is one of the reasons he told them, don't make no leagues with them. They're going to turn your heart away from serving me. And they're going to make you serve other gods. This is exactly what happened. Go ahead and read.
3. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
That's right, they joined themselves to Baal Peor. That was the god of the Moabites. And God's anger was kindled against Israel. What happened?
And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people, and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel.
They don't never talk about this guy, do it. He talking about beheading his own people. Should have never did this. Baal Peor did nothing for you. Baal Peor didn't bring you out of Egypt. Baal Peor didn't give you water out of rock when you was thirsty. Baal Peor didn't rain down manna from heaven when you was home. And now you're going to go and serve Baal Peor, join yourself, bow down? Oh no. Listen, I don't know what kind of God you think I am. But I'm going to show you. I want you to do Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the sun so that my fierce anger may be turned away. They got deceived into doing this. This is one of the wiles of the devil. Go ahead.
5. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay you every one of his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman.
Israel. Wrong place, wrong time, every time. Every time. They're always in the wrong place at the wrong time. He said, slay you everyone that are joined to Baal Peor. Now you got somebody that wasn't privy to this and come in the middle of the children of Israel, and what happened?
Brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel.
Didn't the Lord just tell Moses to behead him? And you gonna come with this foolishness in my sight? Let's see if I'm about to play with you. Go ahead.
Who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right.
And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
Man, he turned God's anger away by killing the transgressor. God was trying to stomp sin out. Idolatry, fornication, stomping it out. You got a man took a javelin and put it through the belly of the woman and through the man. So now the plague will stay. What happened?
And thus that died in the plague were 24,000.
That's a lot of people in one day. It's a lot of people. 24,000? Go ahead and read.
10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest,
Kill him.
had turned my wrath away from the children of Israel.
Oh, he executed judgment, righteous judgment, God's judgment. The Lord saw it. He said, he turned my wrath away. What happened?
While he was zealous for my sake
Yes.
among them, that I may consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy.
Remember he told you he was a jealous God?
This is in
Yep. What happened?
it. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace.
That's a blessing. I'll get to him my covenant of peace. Go ahead.
And he shall have it, and his seed after him.
Not only him, but his seed after him. Go ahead.
Even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his God,
That's right.
and made an atonement for the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, that was slain with the Midianitish woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, a prince of the chief house among the Simonites.
Okay, let's read 18 again now. Ready, close. Go ahead.
For they vexed you with their wiles, wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor.
See, they beguiled you, deceived you into partaking in that. And just because you were deceived, that didn't turn God's anger away. Right? Because you still committed to transgression. It's your job to know. When the man was reading the covenant, you said all that the Lord said we will do. So that bound you to the covenant. Now this situation happened, you still bound to your word. I sprinkled you with the blood. That's that. It's a blood covenant. You win until you die. Go ahead.
And in the matter of Cozbi, the daughter of a prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague of Peor's sake, for Peor's sake.
That's good. Romans 15 chapter. The sad thing about it now is the Lord said, our own people done took on this mindset. Let me get Zechariah 11 and 5 before we get there. Romans. Because I want to see what the Lord calls us now. Instead of being blessed, He calls us something else. Verse 5. Verse 4. Zechariah 11, verse 4. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter.
Who is that? We're a long way from that blessed in the wilderness, ain't it? It's Israel. It said, feed the flock of the slaughter. Go ahead.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
You see it all the time. The people that possess you and got ownership over you, say they kill you. And they don't hold themselves guilty. Go ahead.
And they that sell them say,
they get paid vacation.
Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
This is their mind. They say, blessed be the Lord, for I'm rich. Go ahead.
And their own shepherd pity them not.
And our own pastors see it happening, still won't tell us the truth. They don't have pity on the people. That's how you can keep on preaching Baal Peor to this day. And the people still falling up under the curse. The same old cycle. Gotta get back to the covenant. Romans 15. This is the last place. Verse 1. I had a couple more, but that's enough. I done hit the mark. Queen's getting slouchy. His body language is slumping. Romans 15, verse 1. Hearken to the scripture.
We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak.
That's right.
And not to please ourselves.
Come on.
Let every one of us please his neighbor, for it's good to edification.
This is good. Go ahead.
For even Christ pleased not himself.
All right, now we can walk like Christ. All right, go ahead.
But, as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproached thee fell on me.
Now, this is what I want right here. Go ahead.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime,
all of that stuff was written. We've been reading about. What is it written for?
Were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Might have hope in God. Right? You learn how he works. You learn how he operates. You learn his character. You learn who he is, what he requires. And we learn that by what's written before time. Because you know what he told you in Ecclesiastes? He said, the things which were, the things that shall be. Nothing new under the sun. You got to go back and relearn. That's the reason, like we said, the title is Keep Israel from the Command. Hope you can see it a little bit at least. In Jesus' name, I thank you for your time. Amen. All right, praise the Lord. Happy Sabbath once again. Good to see everybody. Thank the guests for coming through. Praise the Lord. I want y'all to go greet and meet once we close out. And we hope you guests, we hope y'all come back. Alright, so one thing we got on the agenda coming up is the homeless event. We said that for a couple of weeks, August the 4th, Sunday, August the 4th. So we want to ask for everybody's help, whoever, you know, if God put it on your heart, please bless somebody else. Alright, if you want to know what to bring, they asking for socks, underwear, shorts, t-shirts. It's hot out there. Right? Socks. New. Oh yeah, Kevin said new socks, underwear, and t-shirt, right? That's the truth. Yeah. That is the truth. Hey, never mind. But anyway, so we wanna see if we can help the community. We'll do that on the 4th of August. We'll meet at the church at 10:30 like last time. And we'll prepare some type of dish. Alright? If anybody want to help, we do appreciate our hands on deck. All the help we give, we appreciate it. We thank you. Alright? So, that's good. Let's stand and face the rules and we'll go ahead and close out.
Our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done in earth.
Thy will be done in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily
And
bread.
forgive us our
And
debts
forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into
And
temptation,
lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
In Jesus' name we pray.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Sing unto God.
Sing it to God.
Sing praises to his name.
Sing praises to his name.
Extol him that rideth upon the heavens.
Extol him that rideth upon the heaven.
By his name, Yah.
By his name,
And
Yah.
rejoice before
And
him.
rejoice before him.
In Jesus' name we pray.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.